largest acorn. This project is one that the Chamber is very excited about because it will give people a big reason to visit Oak Hill. I have visited many of the world's largest and smallest things in my travels around this great country, and nearly all of them are in small towns just like Oak Hill. To name a few, the world's largest rocking chair, the world's largest ball of twine, the world's smallest church, the world's largest belt buckle, the world's largest popcorn ball, the world's largest working chainsaw, the world's largest buffalo, the world's largest turkey, the world's largest working rifle, the world's smallest diner, the world's largest toilet, the world's largest revolving and rotating globe, the world's largest light bulb, the world's largest watermelon slice, which sounds boring, but you could actually drive it and it had a V8 motor. And the one that is the most difficult to say, the world's largest collection of the world's smallest version of the world's largest thing. And we're about to depart on another road trip where we'll actually see the world's smallest town, the world's largest iguana, the world's largest cowboy, the world's largest piece of driftwood, the world's smallest harbor, the world's shortest river at 120 feet, the world's largest fruit, sitka tree, and the world's largest concrete structure, and the world's largest truck stop. So there are lots of world's largest and smallest across the country, and Oak Hill is about to become a member of that group. This idea was actually first thought of by one of my three sons, who was probably less than 10 years old at the time, after we had visited the world's largest popcorn ball in some very tiny town in Iowa. We were getting gas across the street from the popcorn ball, and he said to me, "Dad, why doesn't Oak Hill have something like this so people will come to Oak Hill and visit and spend money like we're doing?" 7-year-old. All these world's largest and smallest things have one thing in common. They are in small towns, and people go out of their way to see them. People will go out of their way to see the world's largest acorn at Central Memorial Park in Oak Hill, and when they do, they will spend money at our local businesses while they are here. That is an undeniable fact about this project. The world's largest acorn is an impressive structure, which you'll soon see, built to last for many, many years, and something for Oak Hill, Jackson County, Ohio, and the entire region to be proud of. So today, June 14th, 2025, the current world's largest acorn in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is ironically named the City of the Oaks, which stands 10 feet tall and weighs 1,250 pounds, will become the world's second largest acorn. The new world's largest acorn, which you're about to see unveiled, stands at a height of 15 feet and 5.5 inches, weighs 2,835 pounds, over 1.4 tons, more than double the weight of that acorn in North Carolina. This acorn is 11 feet 3 inches in diameter, 50,625 times larger than an average sized acorn. The acorn is held together with 40 bolts, each 1/2 inch in diameter and 1/2 inches long, and is made of 20 panels of 14 gauge cold rolled carbon steel. That sounds tough. The 20 steel panels are held together with 5,916 inches of weld, most of which were welded by Seth Mercer from Romar. The foundation for this acorn is a hole 3 foot in diameter and 5 foot deep, filled with nearly 2 cubic yards of concrete.
Wow.
Over 500 man-hours went into making the world's largest acorn. 500 man-hours. Oak Hill's Acorn is undeniably now the world's largest acorn. Before we unveil the world's largest acorn, I have to mention the donors who made this all possible. First, the Chamber officers and volunteers. Myself, President of the Chamber, Bruce Barker, Zach McCain, Treasurer, Judy Hamilton, Brian Moore, Member. Rita Dickens is here with us as well, the new Secretary. Our gold sponsors of helping support the Acorn, the Hyatt Arts Council, who's here with us today. In loving memory of Alan Moore, the Ebony Davis family. Our silver sponsors, JBC Metals, Benton County Bank, Welsh American Museum, Dan Brisker, Ohio Valley Bank, Jackson County Community Foundation, a bake sale that was done by Josette, Rhonda, Gretchen, and Janetta, Hugh Regal, Jerry Holback, Gary Marson, and Brian Radeball, Bulks Pest Control, in loving memory of Bill Shackelford, Melanie Davis, Bayside Bourbon Cooperage, Josette and Mark Calvert, Atomic Credit Union, Sailor Properties LLC, in memories of Ronnie Kaiser, Scott and Missy Strickland, and in our community sponsors, Ron and Irene Crabtree, Deborah Canner, Jeff and Susan Moore, the Ball family, Home of the Oaks, Nancy Davis, Marilyn and Darrell Bowles, it might be unveiled by the wind, Ron Johnson, in loving memory of Bill Shackelford, FX Line, Andrea and Glenna Abbott, Al's Pampered Pooches, Dennis L. Crabtree Sr., Vicki Howell Williams, Enid Howell Miller of Pyro, Leroy Howell Miller of Pyro, Wills Howell of Pyro, Clay Howell of Pyro, Atkins Floral, Richard and Judy Hamilton, Bradford Consulting, in memory of Kirk Jones, Martha Danny Foster, Brian and Rhonda Moore, Bobby Aikens, William Douglas and Bobby Aikens, in memory of Helen Jones, Bobby Aikens, Billy Joe Aikens, and William Walker and Wyatt Strickland. There will also be a swing constructed somewhere in the back, which will be a lovely place to take photos for visitors in front of the world's largest acorn, and the swing will be donated by Dan Brisker. Those with us today, I want to mention John Kerry from the Governor's Office of Appalachia, Julie Stevens with Senator Bernie Marino's office, Jason Stevens from State Representative, Representative of Ohio Representative David Taylor, Representative from Frank LaRose, Secretary of State's office, Mayor Paul McNeil, council members, chamber officers who I've mentioned, John Stabler with the Jackson County Economic Development Partnership, members of the Jackson County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Jackson County Commissioners, and representing U.S. Senator John Husted. That was a mouthful. And last but certainly not least, the ones who actually made the acorn. R&E Excavating, Justin Denny, donated his time and labor to dig that big foundation hole and to finish off the concrete. AK Ready Mix LLC, who we bought the concrete from, but they gave us a break on the concrete. Premier Painting, who donated all their labor and materials to paint the acorn. Newsom Equipment Rentals, who donated the equipment to install the acorn. Ohio Highway Patrol, who recorded the official weight. Sign Solutions and Graphics, Rob and Julie Puckett, who Rob was up till past midnight last night making us these signs. So thanks, Rob and Julie. Jack and Jerry McCain and Brian Dunn for helping install the sign. The CAD designers, JB3 Motto, John Lambert and Brian Walker. And last but certainly not least, Romar Metal Fabricating Incorporated for overseeing this project and building it. We'll bring Dylan Newsom up here quick. like to tell us about making the world's largest acorn?
It was definitely a challenge, but it was a challenge we were glad and honored to be a part of and be asked to do. Of course, we had the privilege to fabricate the world's largest acorn. It was just an honor that the Oakville Area Chamber of Commerce asked us to be the fabricator and carry out the project. As Curtis mentioned, we had over 500 man hours, and my dad had countless sleepless nights.
Many phone calls for me.
The fun fact about the acorn, it can actually hold 3 to 4 million real life-size acorns.
Wow.
Everybody in the shop had something to do with this project in one way or another, so we thank you for that.
The world's largest acorn.
Yeah.